But you know what? This is life as a mom. This is real life. Like, hey guys, welcome back to the AVIANA'S Fam channel. Today I'm going to be giving you guys an update of my body 1 week postpartum after having a C-section. It's going to be interesting. This was quite the journey and I'm excited to share with you guys. I figured some of y'all wanted to know how I'm doing, my body's doing, so I'm about to fill y'all in on the tea, how I've been feeling mentally, physically, everything. So if you guys are interested in finding out how I've been recovering, then just keep watching. Okay, so first off, I want to show you guys my body, right? Because that's what y'all came here for. So this is 1 week postpartum. I'm actually like a week and a couple days, but yeah. So here's my belly. And I still have like a little like overhang, but I'm still, you know, shrinking up. This is just like skin. One thing you guys did not know is I got a mini tummy tuck during the procedure. Some doctors do it, some don't. My doctor happened to do it, and he happened to do it free of charge because y'all know what I've been through with this doctor. Honestly, he did an amazing job. So before my C-section with Aleiya, my first C-section, if you haven't watched that labor and delivery story, I highly suggest you to watch it because I spill the beans on that one. That one was a traumatizing and crazy story. But anyways, after he had sewed me up with Aleiya, since I had been moving because my epidural wore off, the way he sewed up my incision, it was like jagged, bumpy. My belly button was not centered correctly. It was kind of like lopsided, and I had this weird like, I had like a belly flap, and then I had like another like flap above my, you know what? It was like, I call it like a B stomach. It was like a B, literally like the letter B. With this one, I asked him if he can fix my incision. That was like my main goal. I was like, can you fix my incision? And then, you know, jokingly, I was like, can you know, tighten me up a little bit extra? And he's like, actually, I can do a mini tummy tuck. What he does is he goes through the same incision, takes the baby out, and then what he does is he does this like football thing. He goes above it and beneath it, and then pulls, like cuts that skin off and then pulls it together and creates a new seamless incision. Like, it, honestly, this new scar that I have is healing so nicely, and it's just so much better than the last one. You know, the first one with Aleiya, it was like thick, bumpy, and jagged, and it was just not pretty. This one is very, I don't know how to explain it. It's just, it's still healing, but it's healing very nicely. As you guys can see, you know, I do have the little flap that I'm not worried about this at all because I know this will shrink back up. I'm not trying to go too low. But anyways, before I had this flap like a little bit higher, and then I had another flap beneath it. Now I just have one little flap, and I know it's gonna shrink up. My belly button is actually centered now. It used to be kind of like, I don't know, it was just weird, you know, and I'm just so happy to have my belly button back where it goes. Like, I'm telling you, my stomach was a little wonky after Aleiya. And as he like pulled down, I feel like a lot of the stretch marks that I had kind of like smoothed out. Like, I still have the stretch marks from Aleiya, and then I even got a couple from AVIANA up here, but they're not too bad. But it's just like crazy how a lot of my stretch marks really like diminished. So I wanted to share with you guys that because it did contribute to my recovery. So the pain for this recovery was way less than it was with Aleiya. I'm guessing because it was my first with her and I was like really like paying attention to it. I don't know. But my recovery with Aleiya was really quick. Like, after a week, I was Gucci. I was like A-okay. Now I'm at a week. I'm starting to feel a lot more better, more like myself. This recovery has taken a little bit longer. I'm assuming because I also had another procedure done, but the pain was way less this time around than it was with Aleiya. So I'm gonna start at day 1. So day 1, after the surgery, I went back to the room. If you guys haven't seen our birth vlog, I'll link that below too, or I'll put it somewhere up here. And I had family there. They were taking care of the baby. I got to rest up while everyone was like, cuddles with her. And I got some rest. That night, Aleiya was going to spend the night with us, just me and Ron and Aleiya and the baby. The nurse was like, I'm sorry, she can't spend the night. It's only an adult. So, unfortunately, Ron had to take her home and stay with her, and I had to stay alone with the baby. And, by the end of the night is when my spinal wore off, and they were giving me medicine through the IV, and they were like, it was frustrating because they were like an hour to 2 hours late on giving me my meds, and it was just like frustrating, because your girl was starting to feel some pain. Now the pain, the best way to describe it is like you've done a bunch of sit-ups, like your abs are so sore and you just feel very very tender, where the incision was. It's still kind of numb because the spinal is still kind of wearing off, but I have to say like around midnight is when I started feeling like it's full effect, like okay, it's raw. And getting up, trying to grab Aleiya from the little bassinet, putting her with me, feeding her, changing her diaper, putting her back, and then the nurses on top of that, they're like coming in and out every like 2 to 3 hours, and they're checking up on you, doing your vitals, and it was annoying. I didn't really get too much rest that night. That also contributed a lot. Day 2, I was just in a bad mood. Day 2 is when they stopped giving me medication. I'm assuming they were giving me morphine through the IV. I don't know. But day 2, they stopped giving me meds through the IV. They just started giving me pills. They were giving me Tylenol 3, the Tylenol with codeine, and Motrin. So like back to back. And yeah, that helped with the incision and the pain there. But I was feeling gassy. Like your bowels, all of your internal organs are like trying to go back to place and shrink up and go back to normal, and it's just like this weird feeling inside, and I don't know how to explain it, but I was so full of gas, and I went to go eat steak the night before, and your girl probably shouldn't have done that because red meat does not digest very quickly, and so I was literally bullet. Gas pains, having to go number 2 hurts so much more than the incision itself. Like seriously, if you've ever had gas trapped inside of you, it's the worst feeling ever. And the only way I would kind of get relief is if I turned on my left side, but turning after you've been cut, you're holding yourself tight. Luckily I had that faja, that postpartum wrap to keep me tight and feeling secure. But turning on my side, it was just oh, you could feel everything just gravity pulling down, and I maybe got 1 or 2 little farts out, and it felt good temporarily until it's just more gas started building up. I was in a bad mood day 2. Day 3 was a little bit better. That's when they discharged me in the morning. They said I've been there 48 hours. They're all right, gots to go. It was better. I was able to start walking more. I started walking a lot more on night 2. And they told me walking a lot will help get the gases moving. That didn't help. I had prune juice, apple juice, grape juice. I had all the juices. I was eating fibrous food, and nothing was helping me go. I didn't go number 2. I know this is TMI, but this is the truth. I didn't go number 2 until 5 days later. It was that bad. And imagine, just imagine. Actually, don't imagine. It was pretty gross. You cannot push to go number 2 because all of your muscles there have been cut and they're so weak. and you just have to like gravity, like you just gotta go on your own. I took the stool softeners, that shit did not work. Honestly, maybe next time around I'll use a laxative, but even that I'm scared. Like I'm not trying to be like, you know, blowing up the toilet or whatever. Day 3, day 4, day 5, it's like each day that was passing I was getting a lot better. Sleep, not so much because the baby, but Ron and I have been alternating off and on. One day I watch the baby, the other day he watches her, so that way one of us is constantly getting rest. And like I really need the rest more just because I had major surgery done, and so I feel like resting really helps. And also staying on top of your medicines, actually staying ahead of your meds. So like if you're supposed to take your Tylenol at 4 o'clock, your girl started taking it at 3 or 3:30, just like a little bit extra before the other dose wore off. You constantly want to stay on top of your meds, because with Aleiya, I didn't want to take the meds because, and that probably contributed to why I was in so much more pain with her. But I was scared to be addicted. I was scared to take the meds while breastfeeding, and like I was a first-time mom. I was just scared. So this time around, I was like, you know what? It's good. It's, they prescribed me this for a reason. They know I'm breastfeeding. Obviously, they do this to thousands of women, and so it was fine. So I was like really staying on top of my meds, and also the postpartum wrap that Faha I had helped so much. And I was doing a lot. I've been doing a lot around the house. Like with Aleiya, I just had the baby and that was it. All I could do was rest. Now I have a whole kindergartner and a baby and a house to take care of and a husband, and like it's just so much more. Like life does not stop. I have to keep going. And I know my mom is telling me, you need to rest and take it easy, but it's like I got things I have to do, and like I just don't want to be cooped up in the house. Like I just want to get back to normal, but being reasonable about it too, because you do need your body to rest. And I feel like Ron and I co-sleeping really helped us getting our rest. So day 7, I still like the gas was not an issue anymore. Going number 2 was not an issue anymore. It's like the internal organs. It's like my ribs. I had no ribs when I was pregnant. Like they disappeared. They were gone. Now I can feel my ribs again, and I feel like everything's shrinking. My bones, everything hurt, because when you have a C-section, you're kind of like slunched over a lot, trying to hold yourself, or you're holding the baby, or you're breastfeeding, and it's like my posture is so unaligned, and like I'm still kind of tight in my sternum. I need to go to a chiropractor and like loosen up. But yeah, my bones, everything inside just felt achy, and like it's trying to go back to normal. I can finally, after a week, I think I started like at day 5, lying on my side. I haven't tried lying on my belly yet, just because I'm still breastfeeding and I've had a couple of leaks at night, and I'm not trying to squeeze my boobs and my milk comes out, so I haven't done that yet. And another thing that was frustrating, like that was more of like the physical pain. To add on top of that, breastfeeding was frustrating the first 3 to 4 days. Actually, no, the first week. It's been frustrating. It's gotten a lot easier now the last 2 days. I have a routine. She does not latch. My nipples have been sore, chapped. I just felt like giving up, like really giving up. And I started pumping, and the more that I pumped, the more milk I was producing. I've been eating better and eating like foods that can help with my milk production, drinking a lot of water, staying hydrated, and honestly that has helped so much. We still are supplementing with formula because my milk is like still not enough. Like I was only pumping like 1 ounce. Now I'm pumping up to 4 ounces, but until I can get up to 6 or maybe even 8 ounces, it's still not enough. So we're supplementing maybe 1 to 2 bottles a day of formula, and then the rest is breast milk. And honestly, to me, that is everything, because with Aleiya, she had like a lip tie. I don't know if y'all know what that is, but like she had this little thing that connected into her gum, and it was hard for her to latch, and she just did not want the boob. My milk was not, even with pumping, my milk was just like, no. And I just gave up. I gave up so fast with Aleiya. I was like, whatever, just give her formula. This time around, I really want to stick to it. I mean, trust me, I've wanted to quit because it got frustrating, especially with your boobs engorged and like your nipples are sore. Like the pain of your nipples is just like, oh my god, I thought I had like nerve damage. But now I'm feeling a lot better now. Like 1 week after the first week, I have to say the first week is probably, the first 3 to 4 days are like the roughest. After that, it's like it gets a little better. But after the first week of having a C-section, having a baby, having breastfed, it gets better. And don't stop, don't quit, just keep going, push through the pain, and you're gonna be all right. Yeah, like mentally, I have not, knock on wood, I don't know if it can catch up later, but I have not had the baby blues. I have not had postpartum depression. Like, I've been so happy and still in denial. Like, damn, I had a baby. Like, everything happened so fast. Like, I was looking at the video of me crying, you know, like, oh, it's the end of the world, I'm gonna have a C-section. But like, I'm just glad at how fast it went and how good this recovery went. And I'm happy that my baby's here and she's healthy, you know. I was supposed to have her 2 weeks prior, so technically 3 weeks ago. I was supposed to have her via C-section, and it's like she would have been what, 5-6 pounds. So I'm glad I waited until now. Well, it was because of her, she didn't want to come out, but I'm just glad it happened the way it did, and I'm just happy. I'm just so happy. But yeah, I don't want to speak too soon, because I don't want any like depression to creep up on me, because I did suffer from depression before pregnancy, during pregnancy, and hopefully this baby cured it, because I'm really so happy just like seeing Aleiya with the sister, seeing Ron being, you know, a daddy to a baby all over again. It's just like, oh, I want another one. That pretty much sums up how the first week after having a C-section has been. Unfortunately, Aviana is actually not here right now, so I can't show her to you guys. She's with her grandparents. Ron took her over there. I had a lot of cleaning to do at the house, and I figured I'd just make this video real quick for you guys, hence why I'm not presentable. But you know what? This is life as a mom. This is real life. Like, let me know in the comments if you guys want to see another video like this, like a 2-week video, or even a monthly update from Aviana and her growth and her, you know, her updates. Let me know. I would be so happy to do that and share with you guys. Also, leave some suggestions down below what other videos you guys want to see. I posted on Instagram, and some of you guys wanted to see cooking videos, daily like lifestyle videos, like a day in the life with the newborn and a kindergartner. Someone else commented, it don't matter, just upload often. That was funny. But yeah, just leave me some suggestions down below for us, and we'll start our new life. We're starting our whole new, this is like our new normal now. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching this video. Adios.